Yeah.
Ho, ho, ho,
Ho, ho, ho. Oh, look, it's Father Christmas.
ho, ho,
Look,
ho.
say hello to Grandad. It's Grandad. Grandad. look at Grandad then. Look, Grandad. Look. See what's Grandad got? The camera on. Look, this way. Look, Grandad. Look, this way. Wave something. Look.
He's
Mama! Mama! He's not going to stand up and let you do it.
Smile, we're on camera.
Which is what my
everybody's saying something, they all got their bands. That was
let's maybe sleeping up, we have a camera here.
Ask him if he's waiting for the class to be. You should say
down the road here, you know. Anyway, they came back having won the competition, and a lot of noise here, a lot of trouble at the hotel, and eventually they got thrown out. And it appears that the night manager cannot abide chestnuts. Chestnuts boasting in an open foyer. Chestnuts boasting in an open foyer. Never mind.
Win, it's a joke.
David, can you do
I just say it again, David. They missed it. Laura, did you get it? They didn't get it.
I was too busy laughing at Briggs.
Why did you start with this?
What did I say? Can I say on behalf of the family, thank you for all coming here. How much we appreciate you.
Francisco's just made.
Anyway, I'm going to keep it short and sweet. Just to celebrate, right, the diamond anniversary of. To some of us, it's Mum and Dad. To some of us, Joyce and Searle. Some, it's Grandad and Grandma. And to one here, great Grandma and Grandad. Anyway, would you please raise your glasses appropriately? To me, Mum and Dad.
Many more years. So glad you could all come. Yeah. But you won't get invited again.
2 in 2 years.
There won't be another one. There won't be another one.
The next one will ever be in the summer.
Somebody said, what, 65? Now, does anybody know what that's called?
A long time.
Sapphire?
I thought it was a long sentence.
What's more wine?
65 years. No, Becky thinks it's sapphire.
No, apparently it's where the bucket got chucked.
Oh yeah. With the axe fell. That's what we used to do. Wave the axe around and let go, and where it fell, that's where it got.
Dug the hole.
Right.
David's looking amused.
You and then lending that book.
Yes.
Right, well I learned a lot from that.
That sounded like some sutra.
Is that the one we used to tear pages out of?
I like him. I think we should hear stories of him.
So tell all those who went out got to tell a story.
Tell us about your hen.
And Win and Ray.
It's Auntie M. It's Auntie M. We all smile at Auntie M.
I knew actually. That was nearly.
He wasn't allowed.
Why aren't you going?
You had to go back to sea.
There was a war. Yes, I know.
Back to sea.
Yeah, but I didn't know whether you were allowed to sort of go somewhere else in the country.
2 days.
Right.
He had to be back in London by a certain date. You just could not do what you were doing.
So what did you do in those 2
They had
days?
to know where you were.
Do we really want to know?
What did you do in those 2 days?
Our business.
I'm just interested.
I was going to say, you know what they did
3 months later.
You've forgotten, haven't you? You and your mum. Oh, yes.
You can see what you're taking, David, and it comes out on the film. And
The birthday, we didn't have it.
You printed up on the computer.
You can just play it straight on television. It's a little miniature
Rain, don't you?
tape.
Yeah, so it's you're videoing.
It's video. It's a video.
So small, remember they be on your shoulder and look what it's come down.
They don't come and show you. The lights are bringing a make
That's a video play on television.
They've handed them round before you left the party.
oh, some of them.
Well, they did it George's birthday.
Which way you fit, and I'll move back.
That's all right, I got some of you already. How do I zoom in, David?
Stop it. Press the red button again.
What, zoom in?
No, the zoom.
Oh yeah, then you missed that. Yeah. Missed
That's this little shawl thing I found. It'll do for if it's very cold look.
Yes,
to wrap him up in.
Yeah.
Oh,
Did you give Angelica some champagne then?
If you said,
Puff. Shall we call him Puffy?
No, I
Yeah, let's call him
then.
Puffy.
No, I think he's called Francisco me.
No, you can't call Francisco because that's your name.
It's
shall we call
my
it?
name.
Shall we call it Pachito?
No,
Pacho?
no.
Because that's your name. Pacho, Pachito. He wants to call it Francisco.
Francisco Pacho.
Francisco Pacho.
What's that?
It's a domino.
Domino! Oh, lovely. Yes, we could take just that picture and enlarge that, couldn't we? Cut me out. Don't want that.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Grandma. Happy birthday to you. Well done, Grandma.
Oh, there you go. Got some to blow out there.
Because Domino, there's yours. You can. Oh, it's just gone. Oh, they're both gone.
It's a bit windy here.
Yes, it's too windy.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Grandma. Grandma. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, thank you. Bang in front of him. Mr. Warren, his name was. No, he was very, very nice, so.
Did
Very
you shout at you when you landed in front of him?
Sorry?
Did you see him when you landed in front of him before when you jumped?
Well, I didn't see him before I jumped, otherwise I wouldn't have jumped out. Because as you jump out, you see the bank is up, you know, the forest is up there, and you jump down into like a ditch, because they have to keep ditches all the way around to make sure that the land doesn't get flooded. So, and of course, I jumped out and gone down there, you see, and then he was just coming along.
It's a big coincidence, huh? That's an amazing.
So he said, he was. I think he was more surprised than I was.
Can I please get down from the table?
Oh, suddenly one of my students just jumped down in front of me when I was
Oh,
walking
really?
through the gym.
He'll be saying that.
Oh.
Oh, look.
Who was your cousins then in the village?
Well, I haven't got any there now. But
I know them, don't I? know.
But they all lived there in the village, you see, when we were younger. The age I'm talking about. They all lived in the village. There was Uncle Tim, Alan, what's the other one? Tim, Alan, Morris. Yeah, and they all lived, you see, around. So that we knew everybody, didn't we? Yeah.
Did you have a tree house or something? A tree house?
We just used to go off and walk all around and do what we wanted to do and play games and things, and then we'd go down and pick up my cousins, Jessie. Well, you've heard of Enid, haven't you?
Yeah.
Well, Enid's still alive, but then she was that much younger than her sister, than we were, you see.
She came along to your birthday,
Yeah,
didn't
she would. Yeah, she was the bane in the the ointment sort of thing, Because we were all, Sis and I, and Jessie were quite close, quite in age. But Enid was about 6 years younger or something. Well, that was a bit of a bind to us.
You needed to carry
Having
with
her
them,
dragging around with us.
May I have the table?
Yes, Francisco, you may. Thank you, say thank you to Danny.
Danny, thanks.
Thank you, Daddy, for the dinner.
Thank you, Daddy.
Okay, you're welcome.
That was a very wonderful Yorkshire pudding. I like the gravy and the crackers.
Do you like the crackers, Francis? Francisco.
I thought that was near the Albert Hall.
Yeah, I think that's
think
why
it's
they're
out,
calling.
yeah.
Yeah, they're not far from each
Why is
other.
Donna calling me?
That's not where the show
Down
is.
that road by the side of it, yeah.
It's not in the Albert Hall, is it, the show?
No.
No.
The
Wouldn't
show
be
is
in
in a
there.
theatre, but because that's at 7:30.
they'll be back about midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning.
My.
And then he needs to rest, have a good sleep, and then he goes on the Thursday 5 o'clock. I'll be taking him to the camping.
Not 5 o'clock in the morning.
No, in the
Oh, in
afternoon.
the afternoon. Oh, for goodness sake,
Yeah,
you never
yeah.
do it. They won't get back
I
till
need to talk
quite
to
late.
Andrew. Yeah.
You know, on
Very late, very late. So
I'm not going to wake up for a while.
Sorry?
Not going to wake up for a while?
You're going to wake up for a little while, are you?
No, I'm
Oh,
not
no.
going to wake up.
It's going to have a good rest, yeah. Well, best is just to take it easy on Wednesday.
Yeah, well, when you get to London and you go down to the Science Museum, which is down Exhibition Road, is that what they say?
Yeah.
You don't know.
Oh yeah.
You
Yeah,
see,
we've been
at
there.
the top of Exhibition Road is the Albert
Oh
Hall.
yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, Auntie Sis and I used to walk across Kensington Gardens
Yeah,
to there
many times.
quite regularly because Kensington Gardens was our play area when we lived in London at first.
Very poor.
Yes, it was. We were in a mews, so we had no garden. Lancaster Gate, we just went out round the corner across there into Kensington Gardens. And you can go across Kensington Gardens and there's the Albert Hall. And the Albert Memorial sits in Kensington Gardens.
Yeah.
It was too heavy to go on the top of the building when they'd done it. That's why. Because you know it's a rounded top like that.
Yes,
the actual monument
They put it
was too heavy to go on the top, so they put it over opposite in Kensington Gardens, which is the tail end of Hyde Park. You've got Hyde Park from
the corner there,
from Marble Arch down to Lancaster Gate, and then it's Kensington Gardens. You see, because Kensington.
Where was the mews then that you were living in? Where was that?
Well, it was at Lancaster Gate at first, and then we moved a bit further back from the park, but we still used to go up to we just used to walk straight up the terrace, and there was the gardens, Kensington Gardens.
Just a big park, was it?
Oh yes, it is. During the war, when the war started, we were issued with our, or as it was about to start, they issued us with our gas masks, which we had to carry with us every time we went out or anything, you see. And on the day that war was declared, which was a Sunday, I was due to go to work because I was a telephonist at that time at Shepherd's Bush Telephone Exchange. So I heard at 12 o'clock I heard the news that, and so, you know, who was it, what's his name, what was the Prime Minister that gave the church? Anyway, and he said,
Chamberlain, was it?
yeah, was it Chamberlain? Yeah. And we are now at war with Germany. And that's what he finished. And I just had time to hear that before I had to run up, you know, get out quick and walk up the terrace because I was on a Sunday duty.
Yeah.
You had to do Sunday work as well in those days. Yeah. It was my turn. So I had to get up there, you see, to get a bus down to Shepherd's Bush. As I got to the main road where the park was, see, just straight up, and the park was there, Kensington Gardens, you see. The siren went. Well, of course, nobody knew what was on, whether it was real or not, you see. So I wanted a bus. I was stood at the bus stop, and a warden, because they were prepared up there for this. You see, they'd got air raid shelters built and wardens already on hand. The warden said, "Come on, miss, you can't stand there. There'll be no." And of course, the bus stopped. Driver got out, emptied the bus, and he went off into the air raid shelter, you see. So this, I said, "But I've got to get to work, you know, they're expecting me, you see." And he said, "I'm afraid he said, I'm afraid you won't be able to do it. And he said, you've got to come in long, he said, and go down the shelter. So it took me along a few steps, you see, and when I looked at it, it was very newly built, and the ramp down was a bit wet. And it was August, you see, and I had white shoes on.
Yeah, summer.
Silky dress. Oh yeah, just a dress, because it was hot. Yeah. Nice dress. White shoes, court shoes. And I looked at that and I said, I'm not going down there in my white shoes. He said, oh yes you are. And he just picked me up and took me down. And that was it. Mind you, it was all a false alarm, of course.
Yeah, barely still.
So, you know, but I had to walk back, don't mind telling you. He didn't come and pick me up and take me out again. And then the buses started running, and I got down to the telephone exchange in Shepherd's Bush, it was a maze of lights. The staff that were on duty then, they didn't get a chance to sit down. Because we were told that if the siren goes, you get your gas mask ready. That was the instructions, you see. So they had their gas masks hanging on their seat, but they couldn't sit down because there were people ringing up. You know, it was a manual exchange in those days where you had to, if you wanted a call, you picked up your receiver and somebody said, "Number please." You know, I don't know whether you've ever heard that. Oh yeah, before it was automatic, that exchange, there were some already converted, but that one was not. It was still a manual one, and you had to answer all the calls. And of course it was a maze of lights with people, because of this, what they'd heard, all wanting to ring somebody or another, you see. Oh, it was absolute pandemonium. You've no idea what it was like. Yeah. Anyway, we got through it eventually, somehow. So there we are.
Did you have to do that?
What year was that? 19?
Well, that was 39.
39.
39, you said.
Doing that, you had to keep doing that through the wall, just answering.
Well, yes, but I moved from there. I was posted somewhere else because they kept moving you around. Because you belonged to the GPO then. You know, like the postmen are in those days. That was called the GPO. So, and the telephonists were GPO members as well. So you got moved around a bit wherever they needed staff. And I went from Shepherd's Bush, which is just going out of London, right into London to Sloane Square, and then from Sloane Square they put me into a government building, you know, one of the MOD places. Yeah.
Serious?
Yeah, so I was there the rest of the time I worked there, in there, MOD.
Without windows?
Oh, no, we had a window in the place. It was just a building which they took over, you see. They just commandeered all these places, all the ministries did. You know, we had to keep opening ministry of this and ministry of something else and all the ministries, and this was one of them, and they'd taken over this building. And that was just behind Buckingham Palace. Wow. Buckingham Palace was just across the road. Only the garden was first, of course, and the palace was up at the end. Yeah, that was Victoria. That's where I finished up working, you see, in there. Yeah, it was quite exciting at times. Mind you, there were times when it was all dead quiet. Nothing was going on, you know. I suppose Hitler was busy dealing with Russia or somewhere, you see, and leaving us alone. Yeah. But then, you know...
And you were connecting phone calls still? Connecting phone calls?
Oh yeah, that's what we were doing. I mean, by that time, that one was automatic. I mean, they were beginning, you know, they didn't stop converting the telephone exchanges, they were making them automatic actually. So in that, you know, ministry job, it was just you know, people like working in an office wanting a number, and so of course they pick the phone up and you say number please, and they tell you what number they want and you get it for them.
What was Auntie Sis doing? What was she doing?
Where did she work? Well, now she was doing, when the war started, she was doing something with needlework in one of the big shops around the West End of London, you see. But when the war started, of course, if you were of a certain age, you had to do work of national importance. And that's when she got sent to the watch case company, because that Swiss watch case company also had to convert and do something which was of national importance. Oh yes, and they used to make sets of instruments that you do for measuring and all sorts. You'd know more about it than I would, you know, in little packets, you know, little sets of things. Things like that, that's what they had to do, which was of national importance. I think there was a little bit of the watch business going on the side, which nobody knew about, you know, but well, that was all right, providing they were showing that they were, you know, doing the other job. It was okay, you see. I mean, you can't really expect them to give up everything, can you, these firms? But that's what she did. That's how she met George, you see. The man she married.
Was it his factory then?
Not his, no, but he worked there.
Huh.
But he knew the owner as well, and he knew one or two others that worked there. They'd all come over here just before the war. They thought, you know, oh, it's quite good, you know, yes, we'll go over to England, right? And this other man, you know, he got this up and going. But when the war started, of course, all the Swiss people had to keep reporting to the police. Yeah.
Because they were...
Oh yeah, because they were foreigners. Yeah.
Oh, friends of Denmark.
Well, they might have been friends of Germany.
Germany, Hitler or any other, because they had 2 sides anyway, 3 sides.
But I mean, they weren't. But on the other hand, you know, you've got to watch it.
I did when I got here, I report to the police.
Yes.